I'm Leo, and I'm an alcoholic. No, I'm not. Welcome to the ALTBAYS Show. We've been doing this for 122 episodes, which is cool. The gentleman on my right, it's Camaco Carlos.
What's up?
Yay. Thanks, Camaco. That was beautiful. Hi, Christine.
Hello. Hello, how are we?
We're good. How are you?
I'm good. It feels strange, like saying 122.
122. Because we did number one together.
Mm-hmm.
With Fabian.
With Fabian.
Yes.
It feels like years ago.
It feels like years ago.
Yeah.
At the same time, fresh, you said.
Yeah, fresh. Yeah, still fresh. But it feels like we've known each other for years now.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then we get to talk to people who are so different, and in a way you connect with them a lot for a very small amount of time, but then you don't
and
even.
then that's it. Yeah. Although a few of our people that have like businesses and stuff, I follow them online now, like follow them on social media. So still like, oh, that's right. Yeah. That's
the cool thing, eh? Like with people, especially the stories on Instagram, that you actually put your the highlights of your day. You can actually follow someone's life, eh?
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because then you feel like, I don't know for you, but if you follow someone or you're friends with someone online and then you meet them in real life, do you feel weird that you know a lot about them?
Oh.
Or like say your friends' kids.
Okay, I'll be honest. I don't watch much these stories, but I know what you mean, and I think I don't know if I have that feeling, because we know that people choose the moments that they wanna show,
true,
right? And
they choose them, they edit them.
Yeah, and when you meet someone in person, you're still getting a persona that they choose to put in front of you, right? Even when they're close friends and they tell you this stuff, like at home is a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
So I see a lot of the people posting stuff like as the characters of what they choose to be.
The main characters of their show.
Well, because isn't it what we do in a way? Like with waking up and putting a persona out there, you know, like being, well, we'll call it the ego, right? Not in a bad way, like just in what we are.
Yeah.
Like we all, like, that's why when someone pretends to be you, it's always funny because they get your details, right? To show, you know, like, so someone in personification, is that the word? Sorry.
Yeah.
When it mimics someone? Mimics someone? It's playing with your character, right?
Yeah. Then you're like, really, is that me? I don't feel like it.
And there's a funny Louis C.K. piece that he says that, like, some people say, "Oh, no, I'm not a jerk. I'm not an idiot." And then he says, like, but you cannot say that you are not the idiot.
Yeah.
Like, if someone is saying, if a lot of people are saying,
you're
maybe
an
you should pay attention.
Yeah.
At least listen and reflect.
Yeah. Think back. Are you the idiot?
Because you're just doing your thing, right? You're not knowing.
Yeah. Actually, think about that, yeah. If so many people call you a cabbage, maybe you're a cabbage.
Maybe you're a cabbage.
Yeah.
I like that one, that English beautiful slang.
Yeah.
The cabbage.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for sharing it.
That's okay.
And this is our friend Camaco that you have seen?
Yes, I've seen him not every show. How long has he been here?
He's been here from the first day, maybe.
Oh man, sorry bro.
For a long time.
Ignored you in the corner.
But he showed up at our doorsteps in Auckland in 2014 and became part of the family. He's been traveling with us since.
Yeah.
So yeah, asked for an opportunity to say some words and probably run a few shows as well.
I can see that.
Hey.
Yeah.
Got something to share in a way, like, because a wise man once said nothing. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, almost you feel like you're getting judged by him, right?
Well, he's listening.
Silence says it all.
Are you enjoying, like, do you feel comfortable with that giving that time for people to talk, or sometimes like you are waiting to say something?
No,
You're just waiting for them to finish.
No,
No,
I like-
not just here, like in
No,
general.
in general, yeah. I like to hear it all to make sure I got it. Like I like to make sure I fully understood it. So I let them say the entire piece and then reply.
And sometimes the reply is it doesn't even have,
You're okay, but no.
come on.
Yeah, come on.
Christine, we were talking about the rugby before.
I
didn't watch it.
No, I didn't watch it either. I was so busy that night. But
We saw the highlights.
yeah, highlights. The amount of reels and stuff I saw on TikTok of it was awesome. Like, and even now, heaps of news articles. I can't remember the exact name they had for it, but they had over 12,000 poi made for the rugby as well, like given out to everyone.
Right.
And they were, all the spectators had poi that they were twirling during the rugby. I don't know what it was representing, but I can't remember the name of it, but it was massive on TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a huge part of Aotearoa New Zealand tradition, and when it's out there, when the mass
Yeah. It was
chooses to go for it and embrace it, that's what we want to have.
a couple of videos that you saw, you could just see the movement all around the stadium. It was quite cool.
Nice.
Yeah. But I can't remember what the movement that they called it. I have to look it up.
And that's the thing, because on the last show on Friday, I said something about New Zealand being quite racist, and it got a lot of repercussion. The video was shared quite a lot on TikTok and stuff, and people were agreeing, but I felt like I needed to say more of that, because unfortunately most of the time the people who are doing the wrong things are the ones who decide to talk and talk the most. The ignorant will talk the most, my good friend Stuart Pidley would say. The ignorant will talk the most, and I was like, wow, but I really have to acknowledge and say how the country gets together for the cool things, and how the awesome people, the positive people, it's such a huge majority.
Yeah, massive, eh?
Yeah. Even the numbers with the rugby that I was reading today, I think I told you just before, 1.3 million Kiwis watched the final, the females final, more than the men's one in 2015.
Yeah.
So even we know that the money is not the same for the girls, but the interest, the people want to see that, and that tells a lot.
Definitely up there now.
Kia ora.
No, I thought it was the amount of people that I have obviously I missed it, but the amount of people I've spoken to that watched it and said it was an amazing game. A lot of them weren't even people I would thought that would go out of their way to watch that, women's rugby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's always out for the All Blacks or all that kind of stuff, but you don't really hear many people say, did you watch the women's rugby?
Do you feel like a lot of women, actually, a lot of the ladies who would sometimes just sit there and watch the All Blacks, because it's cool, of course, the guys, but do you think a lot of women also became a bit more interested, or it was just happening there and everybody was keen to watch? For the girls, for sure.
There's a lot of women that play the sport who would be first in line to watch it every single time. For me, I don't even watch All Blacks rugby, so it's not something I go out of my way for to watch. If it's on, I'll watch it. But I think you just get some people who are so keen on sports who will just watch any sports. Yeah. Are you same for you guys with football?
Same.
You'd get hooked watching the TV if you just saw it on. Doesn't matter who's playing, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
So if the girls say, I really I enjoyed I read that the brands grew like crazy.
Yeah.
Because of course the girls, they will feel we want to be that, we want to get that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And for you guys, for people who have children, that's what I was reflecting on today. I was most parents want their kids to do sports.
Yeah.
They love that idea. With music, yes, but less. Sports is a big thing.
Yeah.
You want your kids to do sports, but are you supporting sports for male and female to make sure that your girl who is doing the sports will have an opportunity in the future that you can actually support your girl to do that sports professionally.
Yeah.
So it's a good moment to do that. Shout out to the girls.
Yeah.
For bringing that up.
Yeah.
How do you feel as a mom? Because your kids are all into it, right?
I am all for my kids playing whatever sports they like. So anything they want. Like I think it was last year my son played netball, which it was only him and I think 2 other boys that played, that's quite a big number considering how small the area is. But like you get a lot of parents who are like, oh no, my son would never play netball. But it's an extreme sport.
Because the female, it's more like girls playing.
Yeah, but it's like so much running around, like I would say as much as basketball. You know what I mean? Like it's a very fast-paced sport. Like I don't see why men wouldn't do well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that with a lot of things, eh?
Yeah. No.
Ballet. When you watch a ballet performance and you see the guy dancing ballet, you're like, whoa, like is the shreddest dude ever. Like he's got 100% control of his body.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything more masculine than that.
Exactly.
You know, like he's massive. He's got a completely control of his feminine side, being subtle, doing the movements, embracing all that emotion. But he's solid, man.
And he can lift the chick, like, you know what I mean?
Himself and the chick.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. So, yeah. Shout out to the, what do they call them? Men.
You mean
you don't call it a ballerina?
Good question. Do you know, Taylor? How do we call Taylor, why are your microphone so far from you, man?
He doesn't talk to us.
Jesus, eh?
Yo, someone has to work, man. While someone is talking.
God, whatever. Damn, man, whatever. What's the name of the
male
guy
ballerina?
A male ballerina.
I'm gonna Google.
We should call him male ballerina because we do that with all the other shit. We do like the female reporter, the female, I don't know, you know, like words that are men. Instead of giving a women's word, we say a female.
Well, apparently you need to call a ballet dancer.
Just a ballet dancer.
A ballet dancer, yeah.
Well, did you see? So I watched something recently about Serena Williams doing that. About she won Sportswoman of the Year, and she was like, "Why can't I be the sportsperson of the year? Why do I have to be only in the women's?" Like, she was obviously the best out of the women. She's like, "I want to be best out of everyone. So why can't I be the sportsperson of the year?" So yeah.
Right. Do we have those sport, like, is it always like that when the prize is for the sports person, it's a man? Is it like that? Because I don't know, actually.
I don't know. I feel like they go extra out of the way and say sportswoman but I think the sports person, I don't know if it's a man or a woman.
I see that. The dancing one is an interesting one, isn't it? Because it's quite empowering. It's the same with singing. Like the people who feel comfortable to do that. Like for me, it's kind of like, it's my passion, but it's also a job. Yeah. So like, I don't go out of my way to sing, you know, like I love it.
There is a silver shadow said in the chat that cheerleaders as well is like that, you know? Like,
cheerleaders.
Yeah. Cheerleaders.
What
cheerleaders. You mean?
The men that cheer.
Oh, for the men.
Yeah, because
there is not many men doing it, you know, like being cheerleaders.
Yeah, exactly. And they're the ones who have to do all the moves and lift.
But now, every now and then on TikTok, you see like these, because there's this thing of like making group dances to go viral on TikTok. And
so many men dancing.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like they pretend they're not part of the group. Like I watched one the other day and the guy, like he's playing security and then one of the girls bumps into him or he bumps into the girl. And then like they pretend they're gonna have an argument, but then the guy starts dancing like crazy. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like you could be just there being the dancer. But if you need a little show to put men dancing, well, I think we can choose to see it the positive way, right? Yeah. A big guy dancing for the crowd. That would be awesome. I think a lot of girls would appreciate that in the crowd, right?
Yeah. For the views.
For the views. Right?
Yeah.
Beautiful people in general. Would you consider being a cheerleader, Taylor? You're grumpy.
Back in my 50s, yeah. I'm grumpy.
Yeah, so like, would you even be good as a cheerleader? Could you do that job, paying well, like well paid?
You need to smile.
What do you think? Well paid.
man, you saw my skills of a dancer back in the days. So
Some people might laugh. You might get the crowds by being funny.
You could be hype man.
well, I think a little bit of drugs would help.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Honesty is always good in this show.
This is a safe space.
This is
It's
a safe
fine.
space. What do you think, Camaco? Do you have something to add?
He's seen some things. He's been with you guys a long time.
He's seen, yeah,
If he could tell us stories.
he's seen a lot.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Wait, so where did he live? So obviously he lived with you guys. Do you just like stuff him in the lounge?
Well,
So he was living in Auckland, and then he came down to Whitianga with me.
Yeah, but where in your house did he live?
He's just
In a
everywhere.
box.
where?
Yeah.
No,
on
no,
a
no.
shelf.
Always like at the front, close to
be
the
honest,
TV,
he-
the
Yeah.
couch.
He's living at the studio now, but don't
No.
let the landlord know, please.
Yeah, now it's here.
Hey, tough times for renting.
But he's pretty clean. Like for a monkey,
Yeah.
he stopped throwing shits at people. Like right at the start, like we kind of told him it was not cool. But now I'm pretty good, and yeah, one of our friends from Auckland as well, would look after him, but he's got a family, so too many responsibilities to look after Camaco. And actually, he's a grown up. He knows what he's doing. So
Yeah.
he's been in Whitianga for a while. He's a good man, good sports person as well. Solid as man, fast when he gets running. You're like, whoa, off he goes. But yeah, I was mentioning the dancing thing because it's the same. Like I don't see many boys taking dance classes, but the ones who does, man, they're loving it.
Yeah.
They're good. They're dedicated. You know,
Yeah.
like they it's something that really gets in your brain, like your brain power. You know, like you thinking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and
To do
the
that
amount of
right.
hours that they've got to put into it for all the choreography. It's amazing.
Yes,
Could be reading a book as well, you know.
could be what? Say it again.
Reading a book.
Could be reading a book. People do different stuff. Yeah, but now shout out to the girls. That was amazing. That was a good. Apparently was a good score
I
as well.
think
Was
I saw
close.
the final try. Yeah, what was the score in the end?
34-31.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
34-31. Pretty good.
And it was like a pretty full stadium.
Yeah. Oh, there was another one. I think was record
Yeah.
in the Mount Eden
Wow.
arena. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out, yeah, so good. I unfortunately we have to say these things because like it is progressive, but it's just frustrating that something so simple is progressive,
Yeah,
right?
you have to, you have to put their label on it.
Yes, yeah. No, we appreciate it. And what else did we have happening on the weekend? That was big, Papa. The fight, UFC. So I went to the pub to have a meal, and
Yeah.
suddenly there was a fight, and suddenly it was a Brazilian against a Kiwi, and I was like,
Oh,
"Whoa,
outnumbered, G.
shit,
You can't even
man."
cheer for anyone in your country.
And Brazil won.
Oh, were you like,
I know, right? Damn. Sorry.
He's not really a Kiwi because
I'm sorry, yeah,
he is
so-
the Nigerian.
He's Nigerian,
yeah.
but he grew up here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and apparently he got a bit like there were a few issues for him to travel
Yeah.
outside of New Zealand during the pandemic. That's what I heard. I cannot say that is a fact, but yeah. And then he was like, "Oh man."
So Brazil won.
So he's gonna go. He goes as Nigerian at the same. Yeah, but the Brazilian guy won.
Yeah. Oh,
So
tough times at the pub, man. You can't even cheer.
Man, so that's the thing. So we were at the pub, Taylor and I, we've been here for almost 10 years, so we know how it goes, right? You're there, you're quiet, man,
Yeah.
you know, like Kiwis are big, man. So we're just watching in our corner. And to be honest, I was not even supporting the Brazilian guy. I was simply trying to make sense of a sport that is not mine.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it, man. Like those guys are machines, you know, like when you see a UFC fighter
Yeah.
and the discipline that they go through to have that body, to have that attitude, and to get punched on the face
and to just recover over the next couple of months with a
oh.
bruised and fat face.
So there I was watching it, just enjoying it. But we had two Brazilians, fresh Brazilians, who just arrived to Coromandel,
Cheering, you're like, shh.
having a few
Shut up.
drinks, and they were like, "You cannot tell us not to support Brazil." And I'm like, "You can, but
Right.
look around,
Yeah.
you know, like
Read the room, bro.
Read the room, bro. We're clearly outnumbered here. And they were very good, but like the fight got quite exciting.
Yeah.
And the Brazilian guy knocked the guy, the Kiwi guy, Nigerian out, you know, like fatality. And so like
He was out.
at the same time that all the Kiwis in the room were like, oh, the two Brazilians were like, yeah. Like, so it kind of got mixed up.
Yeah.
But the only lasted for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And the lasted for 6.
Yeah.
In those 3 seconds, man, I thought they would throw glasses, chairs,
Hey.
old people at us. I was
All
like,
the
no.
whiplash that everyone turned around and looked at you.
Oh, fuck. But no one did.
Good.
They were
That's
very
good.
polite.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're planning.
Maybe.
To come
Keep an eye
after
out.
us.
Yeah.
I know, right?
It's always tough times at the pub when people specifically go out for a sport. Like, they show up just to watch that game. It's always high tension at the pub, I feel like. Yeah.
Like energy-wise, you mean, right?
Energy-wise, yeah. So everyone's on, especially if it's like 2 different supporters.
What would get you out of home to go to a pub to watch something?
I don't know.
No.
No.
Nah.
Not really. No.
Movies? Were you into like the movies? Like going, oh yeah, let's go to the movies. Yeah, we're in the city. Let's
Yeah,
go.
we'll go to the movies. Always keen for a concert. Do like a good concert, but I mean, I like the atmosphere of the pub because everyone, like, especially if there's a win, you know, and everyone's just on that level, and then you know it's going to be a good night because everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Okay, Christine. Funniest story of a gig that you've been.
Funniest gig
Funniest
story.
gig.
Funniest
That's good.
gig story.
That's good that you remember.
Like something that comes to your mind straight away.
So it would have been before I was a mum, and I don't know if you guys have heard of One Love.
Yeah.
So before One Love, they used to have Ragamuffin in Rotorua, which is just a full-on day concert of reggae music. And the amount that we used to prep ourselves to go into the concert, because like liquor was expensive, food was expensive, like you don't want to carry a jacket, it might get cold, so you better have it, like all those sort of things that you have to think about. But my favourite one was, I had one of my friends, her, and I don't know how she did it, she had like a singlet on and short overalls, and she managed to sneak 3 litres of vodka in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to the friends.
Yeah. So I don't, and like
little packs attached to her thighs or something?
3 1-litre bottles.
Oh, 1 liter.
Bottles of vodka. She managed to sneak them in.
Wow.
And like she had like a, you know, like a fanny pack bag on. And so she had like one tucked down her front. I don't even know how she managed it, but we were just, after we got in, we were on like the next level hype. And not only that, like some, you know, they check your bags and stuff, and we just happened to be either just so confident or just very lucky they didn't check us properly. So like you'd put your bag full of sandwiches on the table so they can check it, and it's like that's not sandwiches. Like sandwiches don't thunk like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're like, yeah, sandwiches, carry on. And you're like, what the hell? So you know it's going to be a good concert. Like those sort of times, those make me, yeah, that's what concerts were. Like you snuck in, whatever you did, you got away with it, and you knew it was going to be a good day.
Yes.
Yeah.
How
And just all the
about you,
strangers you meet, all the heart-to-hearts you have with all the strangers.
then? Yeah.
Yeah, you make like your best friends at a concert. You never see them ever again.
Always, yeah. Free
Yeah.
gigs in New Zealand, like cool free gigs that you go to in New Zealand, like those Auckland in the Park,
Yeah,
you know, like those ones.
I've never been to a Christmas in the Park or anything like that. Yeah, but yeah, I'm always keen for a concert. What about you guys?
Taylor?
No, I was just tripping now because you're talking about this Christmas stuff, and I was thinking tonight, this morning, I was thinking about it. People is criticizing like traditions, you know, like for example, the Maoris with the whale, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
But then I was thinking like, we keep some traditions that are very weird. Eh? We put our kids in a strange lap. You know, an old fella, you know, and
Put 'em
ask
on
them
their
to
lap.
make wishes to a strange fella, you know, like,
Yeah.
and we
That's
think
right.
that that's cool, but burying a whale is not. You know, like,
Is that why so many old men get a job at the end of the year as Santa Claus just to get those kids to sit on their laps?
Who knows?
yuckies.
God
Yuck.
damn, sorry team. Oof, traditions, eh? He.
Yeah, I don't know. We've never been. I guess I'm haven't really taken my kids to go and see Santa a
To
lot.
sit on Santa's lap.
Yeah,
God damn.
yeah.
And like
It's
I don't-
crazy though when you say it like that though, because it's really making me think. Like we're all fighting. Like you know, if you saw on Footy Chit Chat, they all fought about that whale, but strangers lap, chuck your kid on there, easy. Hey, oh my goodness, mind blowing right now.
and they make the child whisper in Santa's ear.
Yeah, tell him what you wish for.
I wish. Tell him what you wish for.
Yeah.
Have you been a good boy?
Exactly.
God
It's
damn,
creepy,
what a
yeah.
question, straight up. Good boy? No.
Yeah.
Hey, and I don't know in New Zealand, but like in Brazil, obviously we have the because we call it there's nothing like Santa Claus, like we use the word daddy. So like it's actually, yeah, it's true. So like Santa Claus,
Yeah.
we actually call Noel, Nole.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's the word, and like, but we call it Daddy Noel, Papai Noel. So
Yeah.
like it's Daddy Noel. So obviously we have the mummies, you know, so like they stay behind
Yeah.
Santa, you know, but like they usually like, you know, attractive
Yeah.
young females supporting Santa
Yeah.
while he sits kids on his lap. And then you look and you're like, whoa, that's a bit of a weird scene going on there,
Yeah.
eh? Like, but they're supporting Santa. They're there, man.
They are. And they call
Is
him
it a
daddy.
thing here as well? Like, do they have the female version of Santa Claus supporting it, bringing like lollies,
And I think they've always got like Santa's little helpers.
Santa
Yeah, like
little
the
helpers.
elves or whatever that help out and stuff like that.
Pretty much slaves.
Yes.
Kind of, eh? Yeah. Great traditions, eh?
Yeah.
That's good. What a good topic to go for, eh? Weird things that we do in the
At
society.
Christmas- Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Have you got more, Taylor? That was a great start.
Well, Silver.
I had a show.
Silver Shadow said, and the Easter bunnies that give eggs, like make no sense.
Easter, but yeah, like I think the egg tradition, it's Chinese or something that has nothing to do with the bunny, but then someone showed up with the bunny, and put two things together.
But then what's that got to do with like
It does not
the
make sense.
resurrection of Jesus as well? That's what Easter's about, right? He came back.
Yeah,
And also, Silver Shadow said, and Santa Claus, he just comes when you're sleeping. He knows when you are awake. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit creep as well, you know, like.
it is creepy. It
Yeah.
is. It's got that sense of knowing.
And the fact that so many kids, like, that is the main threat. Like, I'll just call Santa. Do you want me to call Santa? Like, you want to play up to that? I'll just call Santa and say, don't bring you
Okay,
presents.
you have a kid. Would you leave your kid in a room with a priest or with Santa?
Santa.
straight up.
Santa.
Definitely.
If you had a kid and you ask them, who do you want to be left in a room with? They're not going to say the priest.
Definitely not.
So if there are any I guess Silver Shadow is a bit older, but if there are kids watching this show, please let us know if you would rather stay in a room with a priest or Santa. Not many
100% Santa. They're going to pick
100%
Santa,
Santa.
every time.
Oh, but like a religious kid might be keen
Yeah.
to have a chat with the priest.
How about if the Pope? Let's put it up.
The Pope,
Yeah.
the Argentinian guy.
Yes.
He speaks a few languages, eh? That would be a cool conversation where he could speak to a lot of children.
Yeah.
I would say.
But Santa's magic, so
Santa's magic. It is true.
Yeah.
Long beard as well. You can hop on it and whatever. Eh? True.
yeah.
Did you go through like the because were you Catholic? Were you?
No.
No, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
We
were, when we were younger, we went to Mormon church, but just stopped.
Yeah.
So only 2 out of 4 of me and my sisters are baptised. So me and my younger sister aren't, but my 2 older ones are. Just stopped.
Just stop.
Just stopped. Yeah.
And it's all good, right?
Doesn't bother me. No.
Yeah. I did they call the first communion.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a more like we went through, so first communion, we went through like a few weeks course, and for my sister and I, it was a burden, man. It was like Saturday morning. You're like, God damn, Saturday morning is the day to sleep in.
Yeah.
Oh, first communion. So
Yeah.
then off we go there. And then like two old ladies, lovely old ladies, and explaining like more like storytelling than anything else.
Yeah.
You know, like just making analogies and you know, about being good and whatever, and you write whatever you have to write, and you're just there. You're pretty much there.
Yeah.
Like there's no commitments actually to learn anything. You're just there.
You're just there.
But I remember that there was this, but then there's gonna be the Sunday that you have to go and talk to the priest and confess. I was so confused.
Yeah.
I was so confused because I was not a nice
Confess
kid.
what?
Oh man, like I was the devil. Like I feel bad for my mom and my dad sometimes, you know, because they look like they're aging, you know, and I'm like, I think I helped.
Did that. Yeah.
I
You
helped
did
a
that.
lot with this shit.
Hey,
you
this
know?
season.
Sorry guys, you know, like oof.
Yeah.
So you have to confess, and I was like, do I? Oh man, where do I start?
Yeah.
You know? But I wouldn't say a word, and then the priest sat next to me, and he's like, oh, and I was like, what do we do?
What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. And he's like, oh, anything that you've done wrong? And I'm like, not that I'm aware of, sir. Like, not that I know. I don't think so. Oh, don't you want to say anything? Don't you want to? And I'm like, I think, like, should I be sorry if I misbehaved or something? And he was like, yeah, that's a good thing to do. And I'm like, oh, cool. So yeah, maybe. Like I was not.
Yeah.
So in a way, it made me reflect.
Yeah. On your behavior of the week.
But I didn't give the juice, man.
Nah.
To the priest.
Die with the lie.
Yeah, I think so. It does help a lot of people, eh?
Yeah.
Because in a way, we all want to talk, right? And if you have the opportunity to go and talk to someone who is just there listening to you,
Yeah.
would you say?
Yeah, I guess so.
What do you think, Taylor? Because people pay for therapists. I know that they're going to give you something. They study the brain. But like at the end of the day, people want to talk, right?
They want to get it out of them. Like, I feel better getting it out. But I don't know if it's worth a $200 therapy session. For me, obviously therapists help a lot of people get whatever they need, like talk about issues, But
there's a thing with them being a professional who studied behavior, right?
Yeah.
So they
know what questions to ask.
And they hear, well, look at me making a completely assumption, but like for me, it kind of makes sense. Like the therapist studied a lot of personality traits, and he knows the brain. So he's kind of used to types of people, right? I would say. Yeah. So then you're paying at least for someone who's seen
who can call you on your bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they charge a lot.
I know you'd be I would feel very vulnerable that someone who would already start pretty much reading you by the way you sit down, you know, like they probably know crossing your arms means you're lying or whatever. I think I'll just be nervous, not say anything.
Yeah. Like detectives, like those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, been watching a lot of murder programs as well.
Yes?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Have you guys watched Dahmer yet?
No.
What is it?
The Jeffrey Dahmer one on Netflix.
Oh, the one about the cannibal guy?
Have you guys watched? You haven't watched it yet?
No.
I want to watch it, but the reviews I've read on it said it's so disturbing. I'm just waiting for me to be like fully attention, then I'll start watching it.
Watch with the kids, I think.
Is it like it's probably 18?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like adults only.
It's quite interesting the way that Netflix operates, because it's a huge platform that gives a lot of space for very different styles of you know, like of how people want to tell a story and how they want to share an information. You know, some of them are controversial, and some of them, especially that Graham Hancock, the guy who talks about ancient civilizations and stuff, like he released one recently that like a lot of archaeologists and scientists were opposed to his ideas, but like he was saying how that a lot of people who are high ranked, they don't want to be questioned. So it's hard to find platforms to share ideas that are different
Yeah.
than theirs. So like, and then you have this massive thing like Netflix reaching the mass,
Yeah.
putting stuff out there. They're like, yeah, no, cool.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time, Netflix. It's crazy that they choose what's popular. You know? They're the ones that started to air that Jeffrey Dahmer. So there's so many people watching it. They did that. You know?
Yeah.
They got to choose. It wasn't because I said, oh, I like it and someone's going to watch it too. They literally put it on their platform, made it number one. Everyone watched it.
Do you think like when I was a child, and probably all of us here, like you would go to the video,
Blockbuster.
see Blockbuster or whatever, and like to get to the porn was a mission, was the little room, people were watching you, you would feel embarrassed, you know, like in the horror thing were like right at the top, you know, like on a different corner, and like there was, for most people it doesn't really matter because you just go and grab it, but for a lot of people it was challenging, you know, like you wanted to see a content, but your own fear, just like I was saying before, like some people love singing but they would not accept the idea that they have to do it, you know, like in front of other people and to feel good about, like they would stop there. So imagine how many people did not pick that tape just because of the social pressure. But like nowadays you don't have to leave the room, it's there. So I guess that also affects a lot of behavior,
anyone
right?
what you're watching, and no one has to hear it. You can have headphones, and watch on your phone. No one will ever know you watched it.
So that like we will see an interesting and huge shift of behavior probably very soon, right? Because the access to things, like the thing with generation always changes, and that what dictates what's going to happen next. And the older people who understand and catch up with that, they kind of stay young in a way. Yeah. Not physically, but you know, like they understand the trends, what people are doing.
Yes.
But this thing with having access to all sorts of information, all sorts of things, like it will create very different humans from what we see now, right? Because we maybe it's us, but we didn't have as much as the ones who are 5.
No, not at all. It's going to be like 10 years from now. It's going to be weird. Good weird, maybe?
Where is it going to go after that?
Don't know.
Like a place of
10 years from now, definitely cars gonna be flying.
You reckon?
Yes, 100%.
I thought there was.
Wasn't it 2012 was supposed to have flying cars, according to Back to the Future?
I thought that was off the table, that thing with cars flying. I thought someone already said that it just...
Why out of the table? Why?
Unless it's in a tube or something.
Nah, just fly everywhere, man. Why not? Have you seen that aircraft who crashed in America?
The one that the guy was doing a TikTok thing?
Was it the...
No.
Have you guys seen this video now?
Was it the two planes that crashed?
Yeah, the 2 planes. Have you seen it?
Do you know what? I watched it. I didn't look into it because it looked fake.
It wasn't fake.
It wasn't fake.
The guy didn't have enough time to get out. Definitely not. 100%. I'll have a look here and I'll show you guys.
Yeah.
So you're going to show us a plane accident on the screen?
Yes. To everyone live.
Shout out to YouTube. Thank you. Cool. I saw one on TikTok. I saw one on TikTok. But and there's another thing, right? Like even on platforms that everybody's consuming. Like you have ram raids, you have all the some big fights, like some street fights, and it's just out there.
Everything's out there.
Do you trust the censorship for, is it the words, like the restrictions for children? Like do you trust? Because I see a lot of parents just saying that, oh no, we got it. And I know that the websites and the platforms, they work on it because they have to. Yeah. But it still feels like it's quite fragile.
So say like for our house, for example, we don't watch any YouTube, whether it's kids YouTube or anything. Like
not even ALTBAYS?
No, the kids will be watching now.
Cool.
Hi, my babies. Yeah. They'll be watching. But we won't let them on their own device watch YouTube. And, you know, I've had so many people say, oh, you know, but there's kids YouTube. You know, it's all like for kids. And I'm like, I don't care. I was like, I don't feel like that you can monitor that either.
Yeah.
You can't say it's just kids YouTube and just expect no one to try and put non-child friendly information on or videos on, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I think,
don't know.
Yeah, I think about that. I think about that actually, of like how much, because I get it, all the authentication and everything that we go through, but a lot of the things we are not too sure about how safe. Oh, thanks, Taylor. Here we go. Planes crash during air show at Dallas Executive Airport. Oh no.
Holy, yeah, that's what I watched and I thought it was fake.
Oh, damn. That's not good. Damn. Was it today?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Have you seen any of these shows, like of the ones
air
that
shows?
The air shows.
I've seen, like, I don't know if you guys have seen them here. Like, we've seen it over Matarangi, people doing a couple of tricks and stuff in their planes, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, that one looked crazy.
Full on, eh?
Yeah.
Full on. There was a website in Brazil. I think I'm 34. Taylor is 35. I think maybe when we were 13, 14, maybe it was like the scary whatever .net, you know,
Yeah.
something like that, with horrible pictures of like murderers and plane
But when you're 13, you're like, scary pictures.
scary pictures. Eh?
Yeah. Anything to freak you out.
Would you go on that? Did you have anything
No,
of that?
I'm a chicken. Do not like it. Don't like it at all. I think I got scared from being like a child, and my sister made me watch the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Blair Witch Project?
The Blue Witch Project.
Blair Witch.
Oh, the Blair Witch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
yes,
I don't even know how old I was. I think I might have been 8.
Good movie.
And yeah, not for an 8-year-old.
No.
She freaked me out, and then ever since I'm like I'm on edge. I don't like it. Yeah.
No horror movies at all. Nah.
I'm not a big fan either. Eh,
Like I like Final Destination, things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's some I can't bring myself to watch. There's not something I'm like, I might watch a movie. I might watch The Quiet Place, or I might watch, a horror. No.
Yes.
But if I'm gonna watch something, it'll be a murder program.
I always thought about pranking people like the Final Destination, get in the airplane and just wake up and say, let's get out of here, get out of the airplane, you know? Like,
Hey, you gonna get kicked off the plane,
That's Taylor.
arrested.
how many people would come behind, you know?
Yeah.
Taylor show. Thank you. Amazing. Christine, what are the shows that like stuck in your mind? The ones that we've done here.
Oh, no, again.
I think we started this conversation, but we never. I just want to get some topics from some of the shows that we did together, Christine and I.
I enjoyed our 100th show with everyone. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was lots of fun. The show we did, one of the most informative shows, I feel like, getting to know Whitianga, Coromandel and area, is the guy we had that done all the planting.
From the Mercury Bay Environmental?
Yes.
Oh, Kim Laurie.
Yeah, that was a good show, because I felt
Yeah.
like I learned a lot about the area.
Yes.
And I even found myself, I went for a walk with my friend, and we looked up at all the, he was explaining the open area and how it's a reserve and there's going to be a track. I told her about it. Yeah, so I feel like
awesome.
that was one of my shows I took a lot away from, like a lot of information about the area.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing how once something becomes obvious and clear for you, your attention goes to it?
Exactly, yeah. So I was almost looking for it.
Yes.
Yeah. And
especially for this area.
Yeah.
Because nature, it's essential here for us, right?
Yeah.
So when you see the damage that people are doing,
exactly.
for sometimes greed blinds people, but like you're not even aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're thinking about extending, or like because you earned money for so long in your life, you worked so hard, and then you feel like that money that you have allow you to do anything.
Yeah.
And you go through like you don't care about nature, but not because you don't care. It's just like you're completely unaware of the role
that's it, unaware
that it plays in your own survival.
Yeah.
Hey, So like you said, when we listen to someone who has these informations and enlightens you,
Yeah.
suddenly you care.
Exactly, yeah, and I like to point it out. But yeah, there's been like bits from a lot of shows that stick to the back of my mind now.
Cool.
It's like when we spoke to Steph from Soul.
Yes. Good
Like,
show.
oh my, the amount of like times I see Sunblock and they're like, oh, let me read it first. Like,
And it was cool because for her, as a professional who is in the markets, she has obviously to be very careful with what she says when she
Exactly,
relates
yeah.
to other brands. But we
But
don't give a fuck. So
No.
you were great by saying, "Oh, that brand there, I saw that one." Like,
Yeah.
that's why we call it this real talk.
but then you make like
That was good.
It's made me more aware.
Yeah.
'Cause before I'd be like-
she gave us what to look
Yeah,
for.
there's a
That was
couple of
gold.
sunblocks that you would never like. I would never buy because of I know that they're not that good because they've been
Slammed. and
slammed hard about being shit. But then the ones that you're like, oh yeah, I'll just read what's on it. Like, how do I know this is like safe for the coral reef? I would not have cared about that before.
Yes.
It would be like, you're the cheapest, get in my trolley. But now, like a little bit more cautious about what we buy and yeah, even I can't remember her name now. We were talking about we had the yoga lady and we were talking about breathing and you were talking about how you take them out. Steph, yeah,
She's
the other
amazing.
Steph, yeah. Even things like that, I like at night time I would think about.
Nose breathing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that shit just sticks to the back of my head. All the little conversations that we've had, something from everyone sticks to the back of my head.
We had James Muir, movie maker, a couple
He's
of
from
weeks
us,
ago. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
And he was saying like it's again something that we listen to and read a lot, but when someone tells you and give examples, it makes a lot of sense. Like production line, the things that we're producing nowadays, they make no sense. And a lot of people say, "Oh, what are we going to be ashamed of in the future?" And there's a lot of points that people bring to the table, and one that is forgotten is that the way that we produce things is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like we have to get to the point of there's no waste.
yeah,
So all the products, all the packaging, everything has to be part of a cycle
yeah,
of being used again, because that makes sense when you think about the soil and about how we live. Like we come from the soil and we go back to the soil.
yeah.
So we as matter, as humans, we have that cycle. But the way that we gather all these minerals and crazy things and make them things that are going to be hard
Yeah.
to disappear in nature, it's just, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So if we do survive, if we do last, as we hope we do, I think we're going to look back and say, why?
What did we do?
What are we doing with all that rapping? And it is a bit frustrating for me because there's always an excuse of the world is too big nowadays. So if you don't use those resources in those ways
Yeah.
of sending things to countries, it's not sustainable. And I'm always like a bit wary of that because I understand, but most of the time, we have to send things from here to there is to feed countries that are huge consumers.
Yeah.
You know, they're not essential
No.
things. It's just like you're feeding a mass of high consumers
Yeah.
of things that like don't have like, yeah, much,
Unnecessary.
not necessary.
Yeah. I know. It's crazy.
So those chats are
Yeah.
good.
What about you? What's your like couple of favorite chats that you've had?
so many different ones in different ways. I really like listening to, like, I pay attention to how people tell their stories. So like
Yeah.
the philosophical parts of our shows, I know that it sounds a bit nerdy, but like the philosophical parts of our shows are the most fascinating
Yeah.
for me. You know, like seeing very wealthy people, how they speak,
Yeah.
seeing people who are on a mission, like they have a cause
their
and
journey,
they're talking
yeah.
about that cause and their lives are around, you know, like,
Yeah.
so I like all those elements, but obviously some people are not very comfortable
Yeah.
to do this in front of the cameras. So we get a different
Yes.
persona there.
Yeah.
Some people, they don't move too much and they're watching every word that they say,
Yeah.
you know, like, and I'm like, it's fine too, but it's a great way to observe humans' behavior.
Yeah.
And my exercise is to not judge
Yeah.
them, obviously, you know, like, but that's in life, not just in
Not just
the
here.
show.
Yeah.
I always one of the first ones with the one that we did together, Annie Young.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
interesting
she-
that the
yeah.
Chinese lady musician, you know, like it really gave that idea of like a disciplined person.
And Cassie?
Cassie,
Was it Cassie?
Kathy, no, Cass,
Yeah.
Cass,
Yeah. Talking
about
about, her.
the body mind syndrome.
That was it like
amazing.
the amount of shit I googled after speaking with her. That was cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that was an amazing show.
I liked the one that I just mentioned, James Muir,
Yeah.
because he does a coffee with mushroom, and I'm fascinated about the power of
Yeah.
mushrooms, like nutritious power, the psychedelic power, and what it represents to our ecosystem.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I feel like it's underrated. We don't give too much attention
Yeah,
on those powerful plants and things and fungus that we have out there. So that was good. Stephanie Anderson, the yoga teacher, like I always learn when I talk to her.
Yeah.
So that was a good show. And of course, like the crazy ones, right? Like the one with Devil Skin,
Devil Skin.
with,
Oh, shit.
Paul Martin,
yeah,
Chris Bailey drinking half of the bottle of whiskey and like going nuts, like so funny.
yeah. That was.
It's great.
I did feel a bit worried because I knew they were performing after they were here with us.
Even New Zealand Then that we did together. I think we
yeah.
started talking about that show on the show 100, but
Yeah.
that was when Stu rocked up and
Yeah.
party started. But again, like that one for me was fascinating to see how when we brought a topic that is taboo
Yeah.
to the table, we got some very unfortunate, sad people,
Yeah.
criticizing us. But it's like it's one of the most popular shows, and it grows
Still,
crazy.
yeah.
Like people watch the guy, people see what they're up to, you know. Like so, even when they're criticizing something, they still want to see what the person
Yeah.
is up to, you know.
Yeah.
Like so that I felt personally that I could have done better
Yeah.
on that show, you know, like I was on the position of listening to him, and a lot of the things that he said I didn't agree with.
Yeah.
And I felt like, especially after that, I could have been a bit more inquisitive as well,
Yeah.
you know, without forcing it, but I didn't. But
No, I
for
feel like it was because we were caught between like a rock and a hard place. Like we wanted that conversation to be used on this show, and a lot of people were against it. So I don't know. I feel like I was also being careful, not careful, just not asking enough, or could have dug a little bit more. I don't know. Yeah, could have dug a bit more, but didn't. Because in the back of my mind, I was like, if I uncover anything, you're going to have all these people go, I told you. I told you so. That's why we don't talk about that. I told you not to put them on the show. So, but without feeling like we were being fake at the same time.
Oh, 100%. Yes. Yeah.
It was kind of, yeah. So just, he was saying his piece, that exactly the way he said it was exactly the way he, you know, we took his story. So.
And the thing for us when it comes to guests, like one thing we can never forget, like there's a law system operating
Yeah.
in the country and in the world, you know, like
Yeah.
so if that system is doing their part, like there will be people who are not going to be here, and it's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like we're not stupid.
Yeah.
You know, like there are people who you can have a conversation, and the people that you should not, you know. Like me personally as a human, I feel like it's great when you have the ability of talking to anyone at any time.
Yeah.
It feels very empowering for me.
Yeah.
You know, like this is something that I'm developing. I'm getting better at listening, and as you said, when you listen to the whole thing,
Yeah.
you make more sense of someone's
Yeah.
mind. But that thing with like, because in a way I understand when people say that we're also giving a platform
Yeah.
to people. So you gotta pay attention to what they're saying if it's gonna become a
Yeah, you've also got a responsibility,
big one,
but to bring the truth as well.
to bring the truth. Yeah. And to allow the listener, the audience, to make up their minds we had a chat with John Freer, who was the candidate for mayor who lost for land, and he said something cool. He's like, we're lacking of reporters and journalists. You know, like we have a lot of opinions, commentators. You know, so like you get a snippet of an information, and then you have someone commenting on it, but you are not presented with the whole story.
Yeah.
You actually don't know. And that's something that upsets me when I see the world going too fast. It's not that I'm old and I'm judging young people for watching very short stuff. No, I think it's amazing for entertainment. If you set 20 minutes of your day to have some fun watching people stumbling and hitting I love the shit. But like you're not training your ability to soak in a story.
Yeah.
All the sides of it, all the aspects. That could be bad for your life.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to those important moments of like making a decision that you actually have to look at the whole thing,
they're like,
your brain is trained
because it's too much
to the short things. Yeah. And then you're not taking the time to look at a whole story. Does it make sense?
Yeah. They want quick results.
Quick results. It's like reading something, right? It's like you engaging, you taking the time.
Yeah.
To read, you know, like, you know, you can just go for the first line, but like you take the time, you have a look. Do you have time to read books? Is it something that's a thing for you?
I used to read a lot. My oldest two children, who can read every single night. They read novels. My husband reads, Taylor. He reads a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. I just don't feel like I have the time to read. I've got, and if I do have some spare time, I do just want to like stare at my phone for a minute. Yeah. Yes. I don't want to have to concentrate. Like I don't even have time to watch programs on TV a lot of the time. I'd rather just get a quick story and then it's done and then it's a new one. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fast-paced life.
But the kids do read,
right? The kids do read, yes. Yeah. So they, my daughter's reading the Percy Jackson series at the moment. So about all the gods and whatnot. And my son's reading David Williams. He loves his books. David Williams books.
Is it a New Zealand?
No, he's the I don't know if you've heard of Little Britain.
Little Britain.
Yeah, the TV series. Yeah, so he's one of the main people who run that as well. But he's an awesome author. Like, he's got a massive collection of kids' books. My kids love them. Yeah, cool. We're slowly collecting them.
Nice.
You don't read? You read?
I do. Yeah. I don't know if it's a problem. I think it's just a style. Because nowadays I fall asleep quite quickly. Like I get the time to read and I fall asleep. But I usually keep like 3 different books next to my bed and I like to read them.
Between them.
Yeah. I'm still following them and suddenly I engage with one of them. But like I go for these getting information. Yeah. So but like the people who read and who will tell you, they will always say the same thing. How do you become a better reader? Well, you sit down and read. Yeah. So like I'm just trying to find the space in my mind to disconnect from the rest a little bit. You know, like I think I'm doing good with not allowing things to overwhelm me because we're doing a lot, as you know, like, and there are cool things, new things happening for our projects and like, you know, getting into new medias. And should we say anything on the show or not? Maybe. Well, I think I told you we're getting into printed media now. So with the magazines, we're going to release a magazine. We're doing cool, different things. So my brain, it's constantly ticking, like it's thinking, but I have to be careful so it doesn't sound like, you know, like I cannot sleep. Nah, I'm doing everything that I have to do. Work's fine. I have my commitments. I do what I have to do at work. I do what I have to do at home. But I know that time that you sit down still and focus on your breathing or on the reading recharges the brain. Yeah. So my discipline at the moment is to find those moments again. so I
Yeah.
can be better at these things that we're doing here now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, reading definitely helps. And we learn from the kids, right? We lose good habits because the kids love to sit down and
Yeah.
read and paint stuff.
Yeah, my kids love to read all the time.
Painting as well.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say painting, but like drawing.
Drawing.
Yeah, colouring
Yes.
in, all that sort of stuff. Love it. Yeah.
Good to have Chloe, as a friend.
Her colouring, and I don't know, she should come on and show the new calendar because I had a look at it the other day. It looks amazing.
We want to.
Yeah.
We want to bring, and that's another direction. That's a new direction. Well, not new. We've been planning this. Like the show will have guests who already came to the show.
Yeah.
They're going to be co-hosts. We're going to call them again for conversation. So we're definitely going to have a chat with Chloe.
Yeah.
Should we go have some dinner and go get some sleep? That was cool,
I
Christine.
feel like we're all knackered, aren't we?
Yeah. Look at Camaco's all right. Thanks for doing this.
Living his best life.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. We're having some cool guests for summer
I'm looking forward to it.
that are interesting. Yeah. People keen. As you said, now it's a good moment that a lot of people actually know who we are
Yeah.
more than we think.
Yeah, definitely more than you think. Do you get people come up to you and say, hey, what's your show?
Yeah. Yes. Well, here, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Here,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, around here, around the Coromandel.
People yelling at you at parties?
No. No, not that. No. But like, no, very, very subtle and like not many, but like there is. And usually cool words, like cool things. Like people are very sincere about saying like, we don't listen to all of them. We don't follow everything, but like sometimes we pick on someone that we know or a subject that we like. And then I feel happy because that's what we've been aiming for since the beginning.
Yeah.
That's why so much content, because we want people to pick, oh, I like that person. I like that subject. I'm going
to carry on with that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So thank you. Thanks, Papa.
Thank you.
I will see you
Thank
soon,
you.
Christine. And for the beautiful people watching us, subscribe to our YouTube channel and peace.
ALTBAYS.